I said, okay, sounds good. I hope so as well. And that was it.
When's the next time you spoke with her?
12/16 was a Friday, so I spoke to her on Monday, December 19th.
And again, did you speak with her via the MyChart messaging, or did you speak to her on the phone?
MyChart messaging.
And were you aware that on December 19th she had another appointment scheduled with Letitia Dukes for that morning?
Yes.
And in your communications with her via MyChart, they started at 11:04 a.m. on December 19th?
Yes.
And does she indicate to you in that message that she is starting with women and infants partial hospitalization tomorrow, meaning the 20th?
Yes.
And that she's concerned because she has an appointment scheduled with you already, and she's asking what she should do about that, correct?
Correct.
And what was your response to her?
So she has an appointment, but should be in the program. Should I call and cancel or reschedule because she thought the program would be starting her medication? I said, I'm so glad you were able to get into the program this week. That's great. So feel free to call and reschedule. The only issue is that I am on vacation next week, so it might be 2 weeks out that we touch base again. If that's okay with you, let me know what you think.
Okay. And her response at 1:24, that says, I think since I'll be followed by women and infants, that 2 weeks out will be okay. My only concern is potentially needing more Valium before that. I'm trying my best not to take it at night, but have still been taking 2 milligrams every other night. Can we refill that just in case I continue to need it, right?
Right.
So at that point when she sends that message saying she needs the new prescription for Valium, was that in line with the recommendations you made for a taper of Valium?
I had recommended that she take it daily.
Okay. And so in this, she indicates to you that she's trying not to take it at night, but taking it every other night.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
And on December 19th, you respond, sure, no problem. When will you be out of Valium? And she responds, I'll run out tonight. And then you agree to send in the refill.
Yes, I wanted to make sure she had an appointment rescheduled with me, and then I would refill enough of the Valium to get to that next appointment.
Okay. And so did you refill the prescription based on what she reported she was taking, or what your recommendation was that she take of the Valium?
What my recommendation was that she take.
And so do you recall receiving a message on December 20th via MyChart from Lindsay?
I do.
And she reported to you that she had been discharged from women and infants that day, correct?
Correct.
And that they recommended she find help getting off the Seroquel, and that she was indicating that she'd like to taper the Seroquel.
Yes.
Did you respond that day or the next day?
The next day.
Okay.
Her message came in at 8:05 p.m., so I responded the next morning.
Okay, 10:57?
Yes.
And what were your thoughts about her report that she was discharged and the recommendation for tapering the Seroquel, or getting off the Seroquel, I should say?
I said I'm not opposed to that. However, I'm concerned she discharged you, as I do feel you could benefit from the groups and added support separate even from medication changes. In fact, if we're not going the medication route, I think groups and therapy are the treatment needed, as I feel the intrusive thoughts you've been having are nonetheless concerning, and I know they've caused you considerable distress. I'm also on vacation next week, so I'm hesitant to start a taper when I am not available to you for questions and concerns. Again, I'm open to starting a taper, but I want to be available to you as it happens. You mentioned you are connected to your previous psychiatrist. Would that be someone to consult as well?
And so when you sent this message at 10:57, were you opposed to the idea of tapering the Seroquel?
I understood that it was helping her to sleep, and I also understood that she felt as though she was still depressed. And she wanted to come off of it.
And in this correspondence, back and forth on the 21st, was there any conversation about the lamotrigine and whether she took it as a mood stabilizer?
No.
As far as coming off medication, was that something that you thought might be a good option for her?
As I had expressed to her, I was hesitant. It could be done, but she would need a lot of what I would recommend to be group support, therapy, other types of treatment.
At that point, based on your interactions with her through the clinic, through all the messages, through the meetings that you've had, were you aware of whether she was getting any other support, like groups, other than Letitia Dukes and yourself?
No.
And this partial...
I apologize. Is she aware or no, she wasn't? She just said no.
Sure. If you could just,
Are you aware of whether she was?
I was aware it was recommended. I was not aware that she was interacting with any groups.
And the South Shore Perinatal Behavioral Program, you have groups that are offered through the clinic, correct?
At that time, we did, yes.
And if she was attending groups through the clinic, would that be something that you would have access to or be noted in her records?
Yes.
And as far as your communications with her, did she report to you that she was attending any sort of groups or therapy at other places in the community?
No.
The only person you were aware of that she was communicating with was her previous psychiatrist, correct?
Correct.
And that's why you made that recommendation to consult with her?
Correct.
And what's your concern, or what was your concern for not being available to her while you were on vacation with a taper?
I wanted to be there to evaluate if the taper was going okay, if she was suddenly having a hard time sleeping again, so maybe I could recommend that we go back up, or, just to reassure her, to be there for her while this was happening.
In your prior communications with her, she was very communicative with you about symptoms, about issues, about concerns, correct?
Correct.
And if you're on vacation, are you responding to MyChart messages?
No. There would be someone that would respond. It would have been my nurse, and they would have consulted with the two other, and Julie, I believe her last day was the 22nd, but they would have consulted with the other NP there, but I would not be available, no.
And you were invested in this patient's care, weren't you?
Yes.
So on December 21st, after you made that recommendation that she not start the taper while you weren't available or consult with her other psychiatrist, did you get a response from her at 3:57?
On December 21st?
Yes.
I see 3:47.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's what I meant to say.
Okay.
So 3:47, she responds back to you, correct? And gives you some more information about the women and infants recommendation.
Yes.
And it reads, the psychiatrist at Women and Infants recommended a more general mental health, PHP, partial hospitalization program, right?
Correct.
Such as the one at McLean, which I'm open to. I'm also looking to schedule with a CBT therapist in Duxbury. My other therapist does have appointments this and next week, so I can follow up with her too. How would you recommend starting the taper? I will need smaller pills, as the ones I have now are all 300 milligrams. Right? That's her response?
Yes, she says her other psychiatrist does have appointments.
Okay. And in the meantime, she had also sent an email to the clinic. Are you aware?
I'm not aware.
Okay. Do you know if she spoke with the nurse at some point on the 21st?
Yes, I asked my nurse to call to, again, go over the risks of tapering, which could include worsening of mood, worsening of sleep, verify that this was really something she wanted to move forward with, remind her that I wouldn't be there. Okay.
And on December 21st, 2022 at 4:26 p.m., you respond to her in the MyChart message, right?
Right.
And you had expressed reluctance for the taper, but ultimately did you provide her a plan for taper?
Right. I said, I know Nicole reached out to you and she relayed that you would like to proceed with the taper. I'm sending as 100 milligram tablets, 200 milligrams, 2 tablets for 4 nights, 100 milligrams, 1 tablet for 4 nights, 50 milligram tabs, half tablets times 4 nights, then off. Let me know if any issues.
And is that a standard or slow taper off of Seroquel being at a 300 milligram dose?
Considering the fact that she had only been taking it for a few weeks, yes. If she had been on it for months, I would have done a slower taper.